What's up, guys? Episode 102. We got Braydon Hopper, the real Braydon Hopper. This is the second time he's been on the podcast. The first time, he was bullshitting the whole time. I could tell, but, he's still cool. And he was still, he's still himself, but just kind of a little bit more reserved. We get into all that. He kind of, he apologizes to you and to me about his last time on the podcast. And this was a totally different... This was a totally different Braydon. This is like his authentic self. And this episode is a lot about authenticity and being true to yourself and not caring about what other people think about you. And just being your true self and knowing that that's going to alienate some people. Some people aren't going to like you no matter who you are. A lot of people don't like me. I'm fine with that. I like most of them. But all you guys that listen, you guys like me, or at least you like the show. And I appreciate everybody that listens. I hope you guys are telling friends. I hope you are downloading and subscribing on all the platforms, all that good stuff. It really goes a long way, especially right now with everyone's podcast numbers down. Like, we could all use as much help as we can get, like as much love as we can get. Anyways, enough about me and all that stuff. This was a really fun episode. I like Braydon. I like him a lot. And I like that he is, we talk about this journey that he's going to be taking in this, he's going to be working on writing a book and taking pictures and traveling across the country on a motorcycle, and getting into all kinds of shenanigans. He's all about the story. He'll do anything for a story. And I love it. I can't wait to see more. And I think you guys are going to like this episode. Episode 102, Braydon Hopper. Enjoy, everybody. Subscribe, like, listen, share, all that good stuff. Bye.
Welcome to the Inner Talk Podcast. We'll no topic is off limits. Now here's your host, my daddy, and Roy the Soul. Thank you for coming to the Inner podcast. Boom, swat, boom.
Are we live? We're going to start this bad boy off in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Braydon Hopper's back. He's
glad to be
back. I never thought I'd see you again.
Well, there's a lot of good reasons as to why.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. I didn't want to get into that shit.
You don't? What
Well,
shit?
The woman drama and all that shit.
Oh, I'm not getting any woman
Good,
drama.
Good. I don't want to fucking talk about it.
No, we're men.
Exactly.
This is not a beauty salon. We're not going to cackle about women.
That's what I'm fucking
Not
saying.
them. Or her, or whatever.
Yeah.
No, we're back. We've been having some good conversation off mic.
Yeah.
I want to tell people, you guys should probably go listen to the first time Braydon's been on. The first time I had him on is because he was a local badass photographer.
Oh, you're too nice.
He had, I would think probably the coolest pictures, most thoughtful, interesting. He puts Photoshop. He does the coolest Photoshop with pictures, I guess is the best way to put it in layman's terms.
So it's called a composite. So what you do is you take a bunch of different images and you slap them all together and you make a match, like the lighting and the tone. And you just come up with, like a lot of the reason I started doing that too is because I wanted to do a literal metaphors with photos, composite photos. So I did one about drawing parallels about like the emotion, the feeling of heartbreak. It shows a girl floating in the air, tied to the heart and the string around the neck.
Yeah. So that's the best way to put it. It's just like when you so if you're scrolling through Instagram and you see ads where they say it'll have like one picture of a guy putting his hands on a wall and it'll say newbie, and then right next to it the same picture of the guy putting on his hands on the wall, but with like fireworks and stuff on it. It's like pro. Like Braydon does pro. Like he does really cool stuff, and I think he is the most talented photographer, artist.
I'm not anymore.
In Kansas City. Right. That's when I wanted you to have you on the first time. That's why.
Yeah.
And so we rapped about that. We had some good conversation about that.
We did.
Now the second time, I've been paying attention to your Instagram for a long time, and shit's gotten weird lately.
Yeah, a little bit.
Something's going on with you.
So
what's going on, Braydon?
With the last one, or the last time I was on, I was like, I was drinking the Kool-Aid, like the social media Kool-Aid. It was all about networking and growing and just about the numerical affirmation of your work. That was my shit. I was obsessed with it. So
addicted to the social media high.
The hustle, yeah. It was great, dude. You know, you get done with the photo with the chick and you put it on there and it gets 1,400 likes in Mercedes' case, 1,700 likes. I was like, what? I had like 5,000 followers. So I got addicted to that. That one piece got me.
It got you.
So when I met you the first time, I was so concentrated on my brand and public image that some of the things I tiptoed around. I wasn't completely transparent. And I felt
or honest.
That. Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. The acid in the Marine Corps, that was real.
The what?
The acid ring in the Marine Corps, that was real. That was like the one thing that was 100% unadulterated on.
Okay.
Yeah, so now...
So now you're back?
Now I'm back, but I've changed directions. I've shifted. I don't want to say ideology. It sounds weird.
Okay. So, wow, you had an addiction to social media, which I think is not uncommon whatsoever. It's very easy to get sucked in. It's designed to get you sucked in.
No.
And with what you were doing, with what you do, you have to use social media.
Mm-hmm. It's the main platform.
If you want to make money,
yeah.
if you want to become a professional, you have to use that stuff.
Yeah, you do.
So it's even, you put those headphones on your other ear.
What? Oh.
Sorry. So it would be, you would be even more susceptible to falling into that trap because of the nature of the beast of which you're using that platform for.
You don't feel that pressure at all, even on your social media?
I
know
do.
You do.
I do, but I go through phases.
Okay.
I struggle. I struggle with I've never talked about this.
This is an important thing you got to talk about.
I've thought about this.
A lot of people have this.
Yeah, I sometimes do struggle with like Instagram. I'll get frustrated with it.
How so?
Because I feel like I put up good stuff and it doesn't get
that return.
Not enough people are seeing it, and it's like, oh, there's like these algorithms you have to do. Dude. And you have to it's like a system. It's not just about good quality content.
No, not at all.
It's about figuring out how to get good quality content out there. You have to put all this time. I paid a dude, 100% honest with you guys. I paid this guy, hit me up. He was a local guy, and he's like, hey, I can teach you how to use social media.
Right.
I didn't know what I was paying him for, honestly. It was like,
what was the sales pitch?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
I gotta know. I got you into that.
I don't remember, but he came over. It was like, I don't know. He posted one of my posts to say, here's what I can do. And he posted one of my posts, and I'm like, all right, I want to see what it does.
Okay.
And it was right before my live event that I put on, my podcast live event that I put on. I had him promote that flyer for it. And it hit a lot of people, a lot of likes. It got a lot of traction.
All right.
But I didn't see any actual results from it.
I hate that organic growth that you expect when it gets a bunch of stuff like that.
But I was just trying. I mean, whatever. And then, but he taught me. I wrote. It was like he sat across right where you are for maybe we talked for about an hour and a half or so, and he just told me how to basically use Instagram. Post at this certain time and then interact with these hashtags. Use these hashtags that aren't too much, but just enough to where you're in the top of these hashtags. And it was just and I wrote it all down, and it just becomes, I love podcasting. I want a podcast. I don't want to be an Instagrammer.
Let me ask you this. If you had a larger platform via like social media, have you, in regards to like maybe growth and potential audience, do you think you would be trajected into another level of this particular space, this particular type of art that you do, which is podcasting?
Would it get bigger if my Instagram got bigger?
Yeah. You think there'd be a direct correlation between the two?
Yeah, I think so.
But it's a weird thing because Instagram, it's all bite-sized content. And I mean, they only just recently made it to where you could post a preview of a full-length video.
Right, but I post 1-minute videos
Smart.
of the podcast from a conversation a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like when I'm feeling like I need to, it's like I say, I'm like a roller coaster. Sometimes I'm hitting that Instagram shit hard. Other times I'm just tired of it. I don't want to do it.
Dude, I know. That's why I'm out. I don't give a fuck anymore.
So it's super hard to, like, it's just being an Instagram grower is a job in itself. And sometimes I don't have the energy to do it.
Mm-mm.
And I feel like the growth of the podcast could suffer from that. So it's like, it's this struggle. Like, I'm a good podcaster and I'm not a good Instagrammer. I wish I could, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, I wish I could quit it, but it's like the only way I promote.
You have to.
Yeah, so you got balls deep in that.
Yeah, and then it started to kind of wear away at my soul, and that's weird to say. I'm not like a hippie soul guy, like peace, brother. I mean, to each their own. It's not me.
Mm-hmm.
But that lifestyle of like chasing these 22-year-old girls that don't respect my time and doing all this and being addicted to my phone 8 hours a day, it got me to a place where I was really, really angry with all of it. It's fed up, as I said.
Was there a straw that broke the camel's back? Did something happen where you're like, that's it?
It was actually kind of it was a weird thing. I was thinking about the coronavirus as a whole, and I hate this subject of all things. But I was thinking about appreciating what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just chasing what I did. I was just chasing a stupid, pointless dream.
What was the pointless dream? Photographer?
Notoriety to the point where I could just take pictures for a living. Like the easy way out. I hate to even say that. I come from a blue-collar family, right? Everyone works hard.
That's not an easy way out. Look how hard you were working to do what you got.
But that's the thing. It's
That's
just
a lot of work.
Even with your content, it's all a matter of perfect timing and all that other stuff before it actually gets seen. So, like, I would spend 6 hours to make a photo.
Right.
And how many people see it? Maybe 250 sometimes, maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
But 6 hours of my life completely fucking gone. And what? And for what? So I was like, I just wash my hands of it. And like everything I do now in regards to social media is just perpetuating this image that I actually believe in. This lifestyle I believe in, which is not giving a single fuck.
That is what you're putting out there. It's
I don't
very,
care.
like I said, that's why I wanted to bring you back on. Cause I first noticed it obviously when you said, hey, my camera equipment and all that stuff is for sale.
Yeah.
And honestly, it broke my heart a little bit.
What?
It honestly did. And
Why?
I said, and I told myself, he's selling it because he's upgrading equipment. That's what I didn't believe it, but I told myself, I was like, I have to, that has to be what it's for.
It's a fair intuitive. Yeah, I get it.
I was like, what? Like he was passionate when I talked to him on the podcast, he was passionate. He does amazing work. Why would he give it up? I hope he's not giving it up. And then I saw that it got sold and there was no explanation. You didn't explain it, and I did, and I wanted to ask you and type, but I was like, I bet you there's so many people hitting him up saying shit. I'm not going to be that guy.
No, I appreciate.
But then so I'll just have him on the podcast and be that guy.
Yeah. No, dude, it was like it was a burden. Even so, when you're creating, I know you're a creator just like me. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it feels like a burden to do it.
Yeah.
But you just keep pushing on.
Yeah.
But at what point does the burden, the proverbial immovable object against the unstoppable force that is driving initiative collide, and who fucking wins? For me, it was the immovable object. I was like, I'm fucking done, man.
I've had those struggles.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard being a creator when maybe you're not getting the notoriety. I don't want to say notoriety.
No, you want people to see your shit.
The eyeballs or the ears.
Yeah. That too.
Yeah, it's hard to when you plateau for a little bit.
Oh, it's the worst. As soon as I hit $8,000, it plateaued. I haven't been able to get to $8,000. I'm going down to 7.
Yeah, so you kind of plateau for it, and it's like, what am I doing this for? X amount of it's really hard to do. Like being a creator is hard to do. It doesn't look hard, but like you said, you put in 6 hours for a photo for 250 people to see it.
That sucks.
Or whatever it is.
Right. But I thought of it is this way. The body of work that I've done before, although might not have seen too many people's eyes, maybe the right person will come along and see that body of work.
Right.
And then it's that lucky deal where it's like, oh, they see you and they offer you a job you can't resist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the hope, and you're crossing your fingers for it. And you do it for 3 years and nothing.
Okay, so you lasted 3 years of chasing that?
Yeah. I was 24 to 27 years old. And it was like I worked my 40-hour-a-week job, and then I would do content for 60 hours. Every waking moment outside of working my normal job, I was doing that.
3 years.
3 years of doing that.
That's a good run. I'm not mad at somebody calling it quits after 3 years. I get it.
Well, I mean, even think about some of the most successful people in the world. They didn't knock the first thing out of the park. Maybe that's not my thing. It's a tool that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe later on something happens.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I wanted to talk to you about the Spotify deal Joe Rogan did. How do you feel about that, what it's going to do to the podcast space?
I when I first initially saw it, I saw like the first thing, I obviously saw it when it first happened.
Right.
I thought, yes, I think he's doing this to stick it to YouTube, because
that's fucking right.
Because they're censoring, they're doing a lot of censoring, they're doing shadow bans.
Mm-hmm.
They're just doing a lot of. I'm a free speech guy. They're doing non-free speech, a lot of non-free speech stuff, and just I hate it, and I think that's where he's. I think that's what I thought, or I was hoping that's what he was doing it for.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if he was not outright saying it, that's definitely.
Oh, he was definitely doing part of it for the check too. I mean, $100 million.
Sure, but I'm sure he's not hurting. He's making. I bet you. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I would never speculate.
Allegedly, he makes $45,000 in advertisement. Allegedly, every time he says an advertisement, it's $45,000.
So yeah, I thought that was great, and yeah, I forgot what.
What's it gonna do to the space, though? I mean,
the podcast space,
the number one voice in all of America. I'd bark. I mean,
I don't think it's gonna change anything.
You don't think it's gonna change anything at all?
No. Well, I don't know.
I'm curious about that. The reason why is because changing a big platform like that. Think about any other facet of
it's the
shared
same
content.
platform. He's just going. It's just you can't get it on your iTunes now, or Podbean, or YouTube. You have to get it on Spotify. Yeah. But it's the same. Everything else is going to be the same.
You think?
Yeah, he says it is. I don't know why he would change it. Mm-hmm. Why he would never. He's never changed before. He's not going to change for this. I've been listening to him since the beginning. And the early days were great because YouTube wasn't as strict, and he would play videos like animal videos on there.
Yeah.
They play music. Yeah, they would play.
Strikes.
They would put music on there.
Yeah.
Now they can't do that, and now it's
sucks.
not live. It used to be live, and now it's not live. So it's changed a little bit, but it's still going to be the same structure and content. And he's not changing. And he is who he is.
He seems like he's pretty genuine dude. He seems pretty, staunchly poised in his ways, and I can appreciate that. He built that. He became the number one voice in America with his own two hands. Well, and young Jamie.
Actually, it was Red Band.
Oh, that's right. Red Band was there first. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
God, you are a GRE of
I am. I am yeah. Not many people go back. A lot of people will say that they're OG Joe Rogan listeners, but they probably just went back and listened to their old stuff. I was listening to old stuff like, I can't wait till next week. Who's going to be next week? Or when's the next one coming out? Like, I was always caught up listening. So, there was something special about listening to those back then.
What do you mean? Was it like a weird romanticism about it? What was it?
It was so new and fresh at the time and raw. And like, it was just like the guests he was having, you never heard of Joey Diaz. You never heard of Joey Diaz on the radio anywhere. Yeah. You never heard of Duncan Trussell anywhere on the radio. Anyways, we're going too deep. So last time we did 311 Inside Baseball. Now we're doing Joe Rogan Inside Baseball. Let's get back to...
Well, the thing is I think that what's going to happen for the podcast space is now that Spotify's doing this, they're going to end up taking over every bit of audio-based content on the internet, I believe. Over time. It's not going to happen immediately soon, but they're going to take over everything.
We'll see about that. I don't know. There's still a lot of free places to get content. Like Spotify's free, but you're going to deal with commercials. Yeah. I pay for Spotify, so I'll get the premium stuff anyways. But a lot of people aren't going to want to pay the $10 a month. They're going to want. I want to listen to whatever. Okay, so I guess I'm not listening to Rogan anymore because I have to pay. So now I'll listen to whatever Mark Maron or Pat McAfee or whatever.
Pat McAfee's good too.
Yeah.
But I can see where you're coming from. I like your perspective on
All
it.
right. Anyways, I'm not mad at you for quitting your dream
That sounds so bad when you say it like that.
after 3 years. Because 3 years, that's a good amount of time for putting. I get it.
It was just.
I get it. I don't want to quit. I've struggled. I almost quit this podcast just a couple months ago.
Whoa. Why?
I put on that live event, and
Yeah.
it wasn't as successful as I would have liked to have been,
And
it just took the wind out of my sails. And if I didn't have guests already scheduled, I wouldn't have kept going. And I almost canceled. I was like, no, I promised these people I'll just do it. And so I just kept doing it. And then I was like, why would I quit? I love doing this. Like every Sunday, I love Sunday. I love having people come over and just doing this. So even though not enough people came, I'm still, I don't know. It's a struggle as a creator.
Do you know why? Do you have any ideas as to why or any hypothesis on it?
Yeah. I'm not, just like I'm not a good Instagrammer, I'm not a good promoter. I'm just not good at that kind of shit. So I didn't do a good job promoting it. And it was on a Monday night, but it was on a like Columbus Day, where I would think most people had that Monday off anyways. It was, I don't know, a lot of things were going against me, but I reached out, I DM'd a couple hundred people.
Holy shit. I've never done that for anything.
So and so many people said, yeah, I'll be there. Sounds great. I mean, I had, 2 stand-up comics, Sean Edwards of Fox 4 as my interview guest, and 2 amazing hip-hop artists, groups perform. Like, it was like, on paper, it's like just a really fun night.
Yeah,
like it's something for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's cheap, whatever. So I don't know. So yeah, it bummed me out. I almost quit. But I'm still trying to, I'm going hard, and I'm still passionate, and I still love it. And hopefully it gets big one day. Yeah. But if not, I mean, I don't know.
As long as you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It grows. It's not small. It's a good, I got nominated for the pitch last year. Hopefully I get nominated this year.
I saw that. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was very cool. I was proud.
Thanks, man.
Proud moment.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, I got the picture there. My name's in. The name of the podcast is in there. So it's cool.
Pitching, man. That's super cool. That's more notoriety than I've ever had. That's badass.
Yeah, I was very proud of that because my goal last year when I moved into this studio, I had a war going on with these other people. Long story, whatever. I had a hardcore goal of getting nominated for the best podcast in Kansas City for the pitch, and I got it. Like, I set it out for that goal, and I hit it, and it felt really fucking good.
I bet it did.
It felt good, man. Even though I didn't win, I honestly, God, I hate saying it, but I should have won.
No, say it, man.
I really should have won because of who was nominated. I shouldn't have. My podcast should have won. It's not me. It's my guests.
What do you think that was predicated on? Like, what about that kept you from winning?
I said when I saw who was nominated, I said, oh, these people are going to win. I knew who was going to win before they won. I just knew because something was fishy because they won.
What?
They were a pretty brand new podcast.
Yeah.
And they won I don't know, Kansas City Magazine or something like that, best local podcast. I didn't even know that was an option for that. But I saw it because I follow podcast stuff on social media. And I just happened to see that. I was like, oh, let me check these guys out. It's like they had like 8 episodes out. I was like, how do you win a best award for having a podcast for having 8 episodes out? I was like, that's weird.
I don't.
And they won. And so then when I saw that they got nominated for the pitch, when they have like maybe 12 or 14 episodes out, I was like, they're gonna win. Like, they won this weird whatever, and now they got nominated this. And they only have that many episodes. I go, they know how to do social media. They know the algorithm.
Are you sure it's that? Wait.
No, I'm not.
You think it was some politicking going on? Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Little people got some greased up a little bit.
I would not. I would not be surprised. I don't know. I mean, it's fun to speculate, but I'm not going to assume. But I'm not mad that I didn't win. I say this all the time. I'm not mad that I didn't win. I am and I'm not mad, but I'm bummed that they did win. Because it's not, they interview, a lot of business people, a lot of Kansas City people. Jesus Christ. And we're good. So you were about to ask me something?
Yeah, I was about to ask you about how long would you consider doing this and not reach a milestone? And then when's a good time to hang up the cape and just be done? How long do you go?
Doing the podcast?
Yeah.
Without seeing the return that I would like?
Yes.
I in my head, I want to say 6 years.
That's a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah.
6 years from now or 6 years since you started?
6 total.
Okay.
Or I don't know how many episodes that would be.
Why 6? You think that's about how much time it has to get that organic good growth?
That's a good amount of time for sure. Like if you haven't gotten a good growing or following after 6 years, you're doing something wrong or you're just not doing something right. And a lot of the reason why I pulled the trigger on starting the podcast was listening to Rogan had a few different episodes with different guests. Like Kevin Smith was one, Dan Carlin was one, where they were talking about if you just do it. You have to start doing it. And Rogan said before, like people ask me, what do I do to start? How do I become successful at a podcast? I said, do it for 6 years with nobody listening. And so that's kind of stuck with me ever since he said that. It's like, because it did take him, even though he had a pretty big following because he's a celebrity.
Fear Factor, all that other
Fear
stuff.
Factor, UFC, comic, actor, all that stuff. So he already had some notoriety and some following to begin with. But me, nobody knows me from anybody. So 6 years, I don't know. Maybe like another 4 years from now, I guess.
That's a respectable amount of time.
And then I'll cross that. That's where I guess I don't know. We'll cross that bridge hopefully that's where I make it.
Are you?
Who knows? Maybe I'll stop.
Are you happy with where you are right now? I mean, is anyone really though?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm. Right now is like a bad time to ask that because ever since COVID, the numbers have really dropped with podcasts in general.
Really?
Because people listen to this at work.
That's true.
On their way to work.
You're right.
At work, on their way home from work. That's when most people, take in podcasts. And so ever since then, it's other podcasters I'm hearing about too. Like everybody says
there's. Are you guys in like a clique or something? You guys
no, but you just see. No, I don't have anybody I necessarily talk to about that. But I follow their stuff and I see them mention it or say it on social media. I'm like, yeah. I'm not alone then. Good. So the numbers have come down, but there's still. I don't look at the number. I used to every day. I want to refresh. How many more listen today? How many more listen today? I loved it, but now I'm at a point where I'm happy with my numbers. I don't need to go look. I know it's going to be good. I know what it's going to be. I'm like, all right, this is cool. And every now and then I check it out to see if I've had a big bump or maybe I'll check a certain guest if this guest got me a bump that I was hoping it would maybe get. But I don't have to check I don't really feel the need to check my numbers because they're fine. I don't hate them. I'm not happy. Of course I want them to be more and more and more.
Of course.
So yeah. It's good.
I just love you summed it up with that. It's good.
It's good.
Killing me. It's great. No, I got into that number shit. Really got. Yeah, I think it's. Why didn't they take it away? Do you know how
they were going to?
Why didn't they though? It could have been great.
I bet you they probably. Here's why. Why does anybody do anything for money? It's all about money. I bet you they ran the numbers. They tested it out in like China, I think.
Did they?
I think so. They've tested it out in a few other markets, and maybe they just weren't making enough money as they are doing it, keeping it the same. Because that was their argument, was they're not making money because models can just
direct advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have to go through the Instagram, pay them to promote the work. They can just go to influencers.
But maybe they just thought, it wasn't cost effective going the other way.
That's a trip. Building an entire economy predicated around people looking a certain way and making them take a picture with a product. It's fucking insanity.
It is insanity.
Really think about it. It's insanity.
It is.
What's crazy is a social reverence that some chick the last chick I worked with, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked with her. It was really interesting. Her take on everything. She was really into the number thing. I get that. She was really into the number thing, especially for a chick. You get a lot of validation doing that.
Yeah,
and
it's hard out there for women, man.
Yeah, it is. But see, now
it's hard because it just it's really hard for young girls, and it's not. Social media is horrible for women. It's horrible for guys too, but I think it's especially hard, especially on. There's like a lot of depression and suicides have gone up with like 13, 14, 15-year-old girls, and a lot of it's directly correlating with what we're talking about, with the different numbers, with not getting the validation that they feel like they should get, or I'm not as pretty as my friend that I sit across from in school, and they have to see these. I don't know. It's just there's a lot of stuff. It sucks, man. I don't like social media. Like,
I don't like it either.
It's really social media, these phones, all of this technology is really, it's having a real negative effect on our society as human beings.
But even though I love the point that Joe Rogan actually has, the perspective he has, which he talks about how this is a completely new way to communicate. We are in the infancy of understanding this level of access to one another. So we're like cavemen with it. I don't know.
Is it better or worse? Because now we're getting in all these little tribes.
Oh, that's true.
We're getting in these echo chambers.
That's a good point.
It's we can all root for the Chiefs on Sunday, but on Monday, don't talk to me about what Trump said or did, or what Biden's going to do or not do. Like, then that's all of a sudden their war. You're this or this. But just yesterday, we were high-fiving, rooting for the Chiefs, but all of a sudden now we're completely different because we've got these little tribes and these little echo chambers, and it's just, I don't know. I love technology. I love it too because I get to do this. I wouldn't get to do this without technology and put the podcast out there without it. I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. We got it. Make the best of it. Be as positive as you can with what you can.
Don't you think? But what's the thing that I've been thinking about most, I've been kind of kicking around in my head, is when did this digital platform become the entirety of your identity? Like, so many people you see, they lose themselves. They build their lifestyle completely around, like I did.
Oh, it started.
That.
Yeah, I would say it started with MySpace, with my top 8 friends, or the top 5, whatever that was. Do you remember MySpace?
Yeah, I do. I had one.
And you had the top 8 friends.
Yeah.
I think that's when it started.
Yeah.
Why aren't I in Johnny's top 5?
Oh, that creates that insecurity right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
What did I didn't do? I need to look, but I bet if I pose my ass like this, I bet you he'll put me in the top 5.
Well, the very first famous social media person was Tila Tequila. She got kicked off MySpace because she got 1 million followers. So literally, her entire brand is hypersexuality, right? That's how. And then after, everyone just kind of followed suit after that, which is kind of. I don't understand this thing where people do. I feel bad for people who follow the same path as others, and I did that.
Okay.
Now, actually, I'm really curious in your perspective on this. Because you see people getting a bunch of social reverence and success. You think that's the way, right? But you're never going to be as successful if you did exactly the same thing as they did. You walked the same path. You did the same content, the type of whatever. There was nothing authentically original about you.
Yeah. You have to just be yourself.
Yeah.
You can't try, like you were saying when you were on here the first time, you were saying you were trying to be brand savvy.
Yeah.
You weren't being yourself. You weren't being authentic.
Mm-mm.
I think I'm authentic. I am who I am on and off mic.
See, I'm learning to be like you. That's what I'm doing.
Right, like I mean, how we talked for a good hour before we turned on the mics.
Yeah.
Am I any different? Like it's still
No.
I'm authentic, and I guess that's what I'm hoping sets me apart. Like
Yeah, the cream that rises to the top.
yeah, like I know I'm good. I've tried this. I didn't just start doing a podcast out of nowhere. I put a lot of thought into it, and I've been listening to. I've gone to podcast school since the podcast started. I've been listening to them. I've been listening to talk radio since before then. I was listening to Garrison Keillor when I was in high school.
I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
NPR, Lake Wabagon.
What? I don't know any of that.
A lot of people know who Garrison Keillor is.
Maybe I'm too young.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But that was radio. That's like
Oh, okay.
before. I mean, that's like before CDs were even huge.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they were big, but there were still cassettes out there too.
Oh, yeah. I have a cassette
So I've
collection.
I've taken the school. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? I'm just authentic. I hope it goes good.
That is admirable. If I had to do it all over again, I would have just been staunching myself. And I kind of started doing that at the end, but I would have started that way and would have been that way. But I did. I followed the same models for my art that I saw all throughout Instagram. Like, oh, I'm going to take a piece of what he's doing, a piece of what he's doing, a piece of what he's doing. I'm going to mesh it all together, make my own thing. But it's still, even so, it didn't feel authentic.
Yeah.
It didn't feel genuine. But now, no, fuck that.
So now, we'll go back to I saw that you sold your stuff,
Yep.
and it wasn't to upgrade.
No.
It was just you're done doing the photography with like that with the high dollar equipment and everything professionally. Are you?
I lost my ass on that deal too.
Really?
I lost like $2,000 from that.
It
It was worth it. Oh, yeah, even though I took that $2,000 hit, that was me paying the fine for finding a new life. It was like, okay, that was worth it. To take that hit, to have this kind of fulfillment with who I am now, worth every fucking penny, dude.
Okay.
Sold all my equipment and bought a Harley Davidson.
Really?
Yeah. I bought a Harley Davidson, and I'm going to... Actually, I don't think I've told anyone this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is exclusive.
Neander Talk exclusive. I love these.
I'm actually kind of insecure about this. I'm not going to lie.
Whip it out.
So... Talk dirty to me. Spit on it. No, I'm just kidding. So I think I've told a couple people I'm gonna ride my Harley cross country, and I'm gonna take pictures everywhere I go on like a really cheap camera. And it's like some old film, right? I'm gonna capture the nitty gritty rawness of the road, the people, and the old bar hacks. You know, the grizzled old men with beards down to their chest who have just seen shit. They're war veterans that spent their entire lives biking on the fucking road. I want to hear those stories, and I want to capture it. But I'm not gonna put probably 90% of it on social media. I'm keeping it to myself. That tangible aspect of like film, for instance, having that tangible thing. Like when you put a piece of content out for me as a photographer onto the platform, it's just this thing that has no shelf life. It's done in 12 hours. You can't hold it. It doesn't feel, it just doesn't have a tactile feel. I need tactility.
It looks super cool, but only for a little bit, and then it's just gone into the abyss.
Fucking like it never even happened.
Oh, what a waste.
Yeah, I know you know that feeling.
I do.
It fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, yeah, do this bike thing and, take these really cool photos. And when I come back, after all my travels are all said and done, I'm going to do a gallery showing, which I feel super insecure and pretentious even fucking saying that. that really messes with me, man. I don't know why. And then I'm going to write a book, but I'm going to do like a picture book of the travels.
Okay. Are you a good writer?
I've been learning.
It doesn't have to be super good.
I barely graduated high school, man.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be super good.
No, I've been reading Bukowski. I don't know if you know who that is.
Sure, everybody knows Bukowski.
Dude, he's so fire.
Huh.
I'm trying to learn to write like him.
Yeah. Okay.
You can feel what he's saying.
Well, there you go. You just said it. You just said the first trap, though, they're going down to. You said, I'm going to write like him.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You got to write like you.
How do you even do that?
What are your thoughts when you're 2,000 miles from here in some dusty shack drinking with some hippie that's trying to hitchhike across America? You just talk about what that experience is and what your conversation was with your pictures.
Oh,
what you're thinking at that time. I can't tell you what to think right now. When you're involved with it, that's what whatever comes to mind. That's who your authentic self. What first comes to your mind, and just start writing it down. Or recording it. How are you gonna do? You gonna write it? You gonna record it?
I'm gonna write it, and I'm also going to record video. I'm gonna record everything. I want people to see that you're not the only thing bound to your situation right now is you. Like, you can just pack up. I'm not saying it's not everyone can. You got kids, stuff like that. But there's nothing holding you back in life. It's only a matter of your own internal thoughts. So I realized that, and I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Jack Kerouac, huh?
Jack Kerouac. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good name drop.
There you go. Read The Road.
So, yeah, I got to do that, and I'm showing every part of me completely honest in my life, which I'm actually kind of worried is oversharing in a sense. But, like, I want people to have a newfound respect or a perspective on who I am. I'm basically re-identifying myself. My original identity was pictures of hot chicks. Now I make my own identity. And I make it completely transparent and authentic. Every nitty-gritty, dirty situation, whatever it is, how I'm feeling. And I do cater a little bit for the chicks, too. You got to have a cute doggo on there for the chicks.
Yeah, so lately your posts, like I said, I've been noticing this big change since you sold your equipment. And then your first couple posts were post-coitus.
Yeah.
You with some chick, you don't show her face, but you'll show a part of her body after you're, in your bed or her bed, whoever bed, and it's not always the same gal.
No, it's not. And that was part of that mindset change. A big reason why I got out of being like a crazy content creator that takes pictures of hot chicks is like I couldn't get a woman to want to settle down with me. They were so intimidated by these women. They were so beautiful. No girls wanted anything to do with me.
Mercedes wanted to be with you.
Oh, God.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to bring that up. I just had to give you shit.
Dick. Yeah. And
so what, you want to settle down?
I wanted to.
Wanted to, but not now?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I know. So it's weird. I kind of absolve myself of that responsibility of like perpetuating myself as this perfect stand-up guy that's ready to settle down. It's like, fucking, if it happens, it fucking happens, man.
You can be a perfect stand-up guy and not settle down. That doesn't...
True, but
they're not one and the same.
Still, even though when I would perpetuate myself, it was not always reality. Like I talked about brand. Like
sure,
I built a brand, a narrative. So it wasn't always authentically me.
Right.
It sucked. Now it's not that.
Now you're just, I am who I am. I'm going to be who I am.
I just don't care anymore.
Who are you now?
I think I'm actually authentically me for the first time in a long time, dude.
What does that mean? What are you doing? What's going on?
Well,
you haven't been to sleep in a long time. Are you just this partier fuck boy now? Dirtbag?
That's a lot of questions I've been getting. A lot of people have been throwing a lot of shade my way for the lifestyle I'm living right now. And publicizing it. And
a lot of slut shamers out there.
Yeah. And I don't let it bother me. I don't care. It is what it is. I'll let them have that perception. They can have it. I don't fucking care. Think whatever you want about me.
Well, you're always going to have haters.
Well, I'm just showing them that they don't have to be confined to like any cultural, social ideology. Be who the fuck you want.
Amen.
Live, fuck, fight, do whatever you want. As long as you're not hurting other people, I'm all for it. If you're happy and you're free, like truly free, do it. Do it. I want people to see that like you can be like this. It's just a matter of shifting your perspective on the macro scale. That's it. And to include these moments wherein you're seeing me in a post-intimate situation. Like, okay, some of that I will say.
You don't worry about what you say. Whatever. You don't want that perception, but don't you think it's going to be? I guess you don't want that now.
What?
But don't you think that perception is going to be even worse of you now when you're showing chicks in your bed, and they're different chicks, like fairly close together in time?
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's definitely that. But the problem is that people will hastily assume and jump to a conclusion about my character, no matter what. It's the fucking social media.
So you don't care about that?
No.
Obviously.
No.
I like it.
I'm going to keep fucking doing it.
I like it.
And if it pisses them off, good. Comment, blow the shit up in the fucking algorithm, and let everyone else see who I'm fucking. I don't care.
Are you getting hate on it? Are you getting some DMs like?
Yeah, a lot of people are like, "Are you okay?" Like, what is wrong with you? Because like I said, I built a brand of like, I'm a nice guy, this shit, whatever the fuck. And now I'm just living, I'm being me. So before, like I said, there was 3 years where I was putting on a dog and pony show for the world.
Yeah.
Not many people really knew who the fuck I was.
I knew you were full of shit.
Motherfucker.
I told that other individual we're not going to talk about.
Okay.
I go, yeah, he's full of shit, but I get it.
Yeah, you really knew. Your bullshit detector was on, huh?
Yeah. Especially after I had Mercedes on after you.
Dude.
And then, she dropped some information. I was like, I knew it.
Yeah, she let it go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. She's not very good at keeping secrets, as I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, so I'm going to do this thing. And next thing, it's taking trips. I'm excited for this. This is my plan next month. I'm going to ride right into Denver, 8 hours. I'm going to go up in the mountains, and I'm going to smoke a shit ton of weed, and then I'm going to ride my Harley back.
Nice.
That's what I want to do.
You gonna camp or what? Camp for a night or?
No, I got a chick.
B&B?
I got a chick I can stay with.
Okay.
Yeah, she's cool. Yeah.
What is there's different angles you can take with your book and your book trip pictures, all that shit coming out. I mean, this could just be Braydon fucks America.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
look at this guy. He's just gonna go to all these different places and bang all these.
I am.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
So that's what it's gonna be.
No, the part of that content that I'm gonna be doing for those gallery showings and that book I want to do is gonna be those crazy moments with these chicks. They're like, who is that? And maybe it's a chick on the back of a motorcycle flashing her tits, and it's all black and white. It's got this really cool ambiance to it. The light hits just right. Boom, that's a sick ass photo. That's a memory. That's an experience, and I'm gonna give you a little piece of it.
A little piece of it.
A little piece of it.
All right. Also, now this is. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. This is gonna sound perverted at first, but hear me out.
Okay.
You got to take a dick pic beforehand.
No.
You have to.
No.
And you have to take one after.
Oh, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're fucking across America, we got to see if there's any change. Is there any? Is it a little bumpier or discolored? Is it?
Dude, no. I wrapped
What's
it up.
happened?
I got a raincoat.
Even then.
I got a raincoat.
Even
Yeah,
then.
okay,
I'm
true.
sure you don't every single time. You ain't fooling anybody. I'm just saying. I like science. I want to see the science behind that.
I'm curious about your perspective of that shift. I know you were interested, and that's why you want to talk about it. But what did you see, and how did you kind of break it all down?
I didn't break anything down. That's why I
Really?
immediately wanted to have you on. I was like, something's changed. What is it? He went from selling his equipment to all of a sudden you are off brand. This is not. Oh, holy shit! He was all staunch about. I don't sleep with my models. I only take. I don't go out on dates with them. No. If I take pictures of you, let me tell you something. You and I will not sleep together. That's when I knew.
Don't call me out on that.
I had to. I mean that's when my first initial bullshit detector went off. It's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I know.
Only
you.
a couple.
I know you. Whatever.
Don't play like that.
Whatever.
I actually had to turn away
Whatever.
Alex.
I knew. And then so you went from that to selling your equipment to all of a sudden these pictures of using your iPhone of a chick in bed with you. It's like, that's totally off brand.
Right.
Something's happened with the stories and everything. I saw this transition. I was like, something's happened. My first thing was my text was, holy shit, you're up to something.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Cool.
So I just knew some shit's going on. And I saw pictures of your Harley.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, he's going to do something.
So
you're going to go across the country. You got a map? You have your route mapped out, or?
No, I still got to research all that. I want to go down to like Arizona. And one ride I really want to do. You ever seen the movie Easy Rider?
No.
Oh, man.
Sorry. I know it's a classic.
It's a classic. Well, I'm going to take the same route from LA to New Orleans. I want to take that exact same route that they did. I'm going to ride it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to camp out, smoke a bunch of weed, have a great time doing it too. So stuff like that, like cool historic rides.
Okay.
But no,
you don't have it planned out. Are you just going to go west, or will you eventually go from New Orleans and maybe go to Florida, maybe up the East Coast?
Well, I got to work too. I can't take too much time
okay.
off.
That's again. I was wondering, how are you
commitment.
paying for this? How long are these? What's?
How expensive can it be? I need a sleeping bag. I need an ISO mat.
Well, I
some
mean, you
match
have.
stuff.
I don't know if you have bills. Like, you have bills here that you have to pay for? I'm just wondering. Like,
yeah.
are you not working? Are you just doing
I'm
this?
working.
Like, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm working. This is like I'm gonna try and do a run at least once a month, and then hopefully over my goal is like 5 years, have a collected enough wealth of stories to be able to publish.
Okay.
Yeah.
I misunderstood. I thought you
No.
were taking off. Like, boom! I sold everything, and I'm just gonna take off and travel the country doing this.
Nah, I'm too close to my old man. He lives right down the street. I gotta hang out with him. I would never do that. I couldn't
That'd be
leave
dope.
for that long. What?
You could make like a cool YouTube channel of doing that.
Of what?
You traveling on your motorcycle, selling everything,
Oh yeah.
living out, your Harley with like a little trailer behind it or whatever, and just traveling, living that life, and doing your camp with a YouTube channel.
It's a romantic idea. I've totally considered it. I know exactly what you're saying. I was even thinking more luxurious. I was thinking like a pickup truck, an Airstream, and a bike strapped to the back.
Yeah, but I mean,
No, you think it'd be more romantic for the motorcycle ride?
I think less people are doing it on a motorcycle.
Yeah, that makes
There's
it
probably a
cool.
lot of people doing it in a big van, in a camper. There's those people. It's pretty hardcore to do on a motorcycle.
Yeah. Well, that's kind
So
of.
you
I
got to set yourself apart, and you're authentically. You want to ride the motorcycle. I mean.
Well, it sounds incredibly romantic, but even so, I don't know that I could do that. I need to have a home base type person. I'm like a pigeon. I need to have my home base.
Okay. Well, you're not all right. Somewhat of a wanderluster, but
Yeah. Well,
a tethered wanderlust.
in a way, yeah. I have. Anyways, the whole reason that I even consider this, because I love Kansas. Believe it or not, I've lived everywhere. I love Kansas. People are great. You're great. The whole Midwest people are cool.
Well,
man.
I'm great, thank you. I'm not from Kansas, and this isn't Kansas. I'm not. I lived in Kansas for a very short time. I don't like to remember it.
Oh, Leavenworth.
And No, I'm kidding. I lived in Leavenworth. I lived in Wyandotte. I loved Wyandotte.
Really?
I loved Wyandotte.
I'm surprised.
And I lived off I-35 and 75th Street.
Okay.
For a while, year and a half or so. I spent a lot of time in Kansas, but
Yeah. But when I was in Japan, man, I got really into like longboarding. My big ass longboard every day because
longboard. Four wheels or surfboard?
4 wheels.
Skateboard.
Yeah, skateboard. Sorry. And what was cool about where we were on the island on Okinawa, you're at the highest point. So when I kick off and push, I literally would just coast all the way down to the beach.
Cool.
It was dope. It was so cool. And I love Japan. It was sick. But one day,
Kansas is better than that. Get out of here.
well, in some ways, I ended up going down this really cool road in Japan, and I don't know if you've ever experienced this. I don't know a lot of people that have, and I don't want to say it in this tacky way, but I don't know how else to say it. I found like a truly zen moment, and it was amazing. I even got a tattoo about the moment. I was listening to a song skateboarding, and it just
Nice.
It was it, and I want that. I want to recapture that.
Chase the dragon.
Yeah, I'm addicted to that. I'm addicted to life fulfillment. Those things.
Experiences.
Mm-hmm.
You're addicted to life experiences.
I don't want to go into the ground and have nothing. No experiences, no stories to tell.
It's better than possessions.
Well, yeah, it's better than, like...
It's more freeing.
When I'm 35 years old and I've been doing pictures of hot chicks for that long, like, and it's like, nah, man, it's not fulfilling. Right. I need something that's tangible, something that has a lasting impression, something I can share and give to my children or whatever. I need to fulfill the soul type shit, you know what I mean? I want people to realize that, they're kind of living in this cubicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like their perspectives are super narrow. They're drowned in their phone. They're constantly trying to keep up with the new trends and compete on a weird scale, whether it's sexualizing themselves for attention so they can get gassed up and feel confident, or just to have a wider opportunity of men. Like, I don't want people to live like that anymore. I want you to put that away. Stop living this superficial fucking reality and go take life, enjoy it.
Yeah, but again, it's a drug, and it's easy to tell people to get off a drug, but it's hard to get off of it. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
The serotonin drip that they're getting every time that little like button goes up a little bit, every time they get that comment, they get just that little validation. They get addicted. I want to be loved today. Man, I have all these people loving me, and I want, they're missing love, they're missing life elsewhere, but they're just getting it here with this drug of likes.
What do you think that has to do long term? I mean, we've only really had Instagram for how many years?
It leads to depression. It leads to a weird society. It leads to people not interacting one-on-one, face-to-face anymore. It just, human connection gets separated further and further and further. We haven't had it that long, and it keeps separating further and further. How often do you have conversations like you and I are having, just sitting across from each other without your phone and just talking to somebody like this?
Not very often, home skillet.
Never.
Not very often.
Why? Because when you go out to eat with people, you're looking down at your phone. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, hey, check the. You're doing too many different things. It's just slowly. Humanity is changing, and maybe that's not a bad thing. It's just not what we went from Neanderthals to Homo sapiens, and now the Homo sapien is going to be artificial sapien. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
We're going to just start getting more like we haven't upgraded yet, but we already have our phones on us all the time, which is a device. It's already connected. It's not embedded in us, but it might as well be connected.
You're 100% right.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
We're slowly turning into something else. I guess we can't fight it. Or maybe one of the things I've been thinking of, 2020 is so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just cyclical. The Roman Empire happened. The dinosaurs got wiped out. The Mongols got crumbled. Like, it's time. It's our time. We have too many people. We've gotten too crazy. It's starting to slowly. Maybe we're getting. Maybe that reset button is about to really get hit. It's slowly getting pushed. They're testing that little reset button, whatever it is. We got this virus that's whatever. Maybe the next one's bigger. We got all of a sudden these riots going on. These riots are unlike anything this country's seen in a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we've ever seen anything like
I think
this.
this emotional reaction purely stems from the fact that, like, the whole validation of coronavirus and how actually impactful it really is. People got kind of bored with it. It's done in a news cycle.
People are out of jobs. They've been locked down.
Yeah.
They're frustrated.
Yeah.
It's just this was just a spark that was igniting all these different problems. I don't know. It's just, what's next? We keep saying, what's next? Australia fucking almost burned down at the beginning of the year. Like, each team, like, what's next? What's next? We keep thinking it can't get worse, but what? Who knows? Yeah.
I have a little more optimism and faith. I think that everything in life has ebb and flows, in and out.
Sure.
That we are in a super, we're just underdeveloped and to be able to handle this amount of interaction between people. And I know it's only going to get worse, but I will think it'll balance out. I think there will be some genuine romanticism about having an authentic conversation face to face. I think that'll be the new cool.
That's punk.
I think so. I hope so. I hope. I kind of.
Let's have some nostalgia. Let's take our things off of us.
Right.
And have a real one-on-one
AR
conversation.
Goggles. Oh my God. Wow. Communication could be going that way.
Yep. So next month you're going to start your trip.
Yep. I'm starting my trip.
Going to Denver. What kind of weed? You're going to smoke weed? You're going to eat it? What's your plan?
I'm thinking, so my plan, I think I want to smoke when I get to like a cool mountain peak, chill out, have a joint, maybe play some Bob Seger, whatever. That's the old school biker music there. That stuff's the best. And anyhow, and then I want to try and eat an edible, like 10 milligram edible, and ride it on the way back. Probably have like 2 of them, I would say.
Ride safe, man.
Yeah, I know. I've been.
I rode a motorcycle for a little bit when I was a young lad.
Yeah, why?
Why? Because I was fucking crazy when I was young. That's so stupid.
It wasn't for chicks?
No, it was because I just wanted to do it. I didn't have a problem getting chicks.
How'd you feel?
Dude, I was an idiot. I learned how to ride in like one day. My buddy let me borrow his in a parking lot. Immediately, I'm in sneakers, big baggy orange shorts, wife beater, and his sunglasses. That's it. And it's right there off I-35 and 75th Street where that hospital is. Yeah. He's like, all right, I think you're ready to go. I'm like, all right, cool. I go right onto the highway. I'm like, all right, I'm going to try this bitch out.
Damn, you jumped in.
I jumped straight on because I've always wanted to go 100 miles an hour on a motorcycle. Dude, so as soon as I get on the highway, all of a sudden I start going left. I can't stop going left. I'm going straight to the medium, the wall.
Why?
I don't know. What's going on? I'm like, what's going on? I can't go right. I can't turn it right. And then I leaned or whatever it was you have to do. I eventually didn't hit the wall, but got real fucking close. Ooh. I was like, oh my God. Okay. Now I think I got it. how fast can I go? I was like, I got to
You
get to
are
100.
Stupid.
I
Oh my
know.
God.
I know.
That's awesome, though. That's a
And
cool
so
story,
I
at
got it
least.
to 100 miles an hour. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. I had no idea the feeling of 100 miles an hour on a motorcycle on a highway could feel.
Terrifying.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so fast. It's
Yeah.
so fast. The wind is so strong.
Right? It beats you up. Really does.
And
It's
so I did that. I
aggressive.
took the next exit off
Yeah.
and then went back. I was like, all right, I'm not ready for the highway, but I got it to 100 miles an hour. Let me cruise up and down Metcalf now and just have fun
Hell
and learn
yeah.
how to really drive it in traffic and shit.
Mhm.
That's why I did it. I was a nut. I almost wrecked that thing so many
How,
times.
how old were you?
20.
Oh, yeah, you're a dick. I was too when I was 20. Yeah, I get it.
And yeah, I loved it. But now I couldn't do it. I'm a father now, and I'm too afraid. Too many people are texting and driving. I'm
You're
just
right.
afraid.
See,
I'm afraid of other people.
you're rightfully so. My dad has been riding motorcycles in Kansas and Missouri for 35 years. Been riding forever. He won't go near Kansas City now. But I kind of this might be kind of sad actually. I kind of enjoy the idea of going out that way.
Sure, you love doing what you love.
Exactly. How many people get to do that?
Yeah, I've seen it before. It's ugly. It sucks for other people that have to see it.
Yeah.
Ugh, that sucks.
So you think it's a
it
selfish
sucks.
act to risk it?
I mean, no. You can't hold off on doing something because you're afraid somebody. I mean, I don't know. I don't think you're a bad person or selfish. I think it sucks. You might traumatize somebody, but you might not.
If I hypothetically went out, and
or if
bad.
somebody was texting and driving and they just hit
Right.
you and they just saw and it nudged you off into a wall and they saw some horrific death that they accidentally caused because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That they for the rest of their lives they have to live with that. Even if it was a crazy accident, I don't know, or even if they don't cause you to make an accident, I don't know. I've seen motorcycle accidents before and they're ugly.
Did it fuck you up?
No,
Has it made you scared of bikes?
I was not afraid of it. I've been smart, but that's why I won't ride because of that reason. Because it's just too many people are texting driving. I think it's too dangerous now.
You're absolutely right.
I would trust myself. I shouldn't have trusted myself, obviously, when I was 20.
Yeah.
But now I would trust myself, but it's the other people I don't trust. I can't put my life into these. I got kids.
Yeah.
If I didn't have kids, my life would be completely different.
You know, I hear that a lot, and I always hear about the change in maturity that comes along with parenthood.
I'm not any more mature. It's just
surely.
I have responsibilities. Like I can't. I'm still a child with a wallet, but I can't just.
You're a guy. That's all right.
If I was single, all by myself,
Yeah.
I would be living somewhere else, a much different lifestyle. I'm sure. I'd be more of a I would be more of a gypsy. Like I don't have a home base. I can go wherever. Like I would love to do something like that.
It seems cool and romantic, but still, I can't. I gotta have a sense of solidarity.
Okay.
But also, like back in the 1940s, when everyone came back from World War II, they joined bike clubs. They got Harley Davidsons.
Yeah.
And they rode them everywhere, and they built this beautiful community of people. Although they
The Hells Angels.
But I don't want to talk about that. No, there's some Fosteros and stuff around here. We have a couple 1% clubs, but they're all pretty cool. Like the Galloping Goose, except for this one guy. He actually beat a guy to death. My dad knew him too. He used to hang out in Wyandotte County, a bar in Turner.
Oh yeah.
He actually ended up murdering someone in the Galloping Goose.
I'm not
I
surprised.
shouldn't be talking about this.
Well, don't.
I don't want people finding me on the road.
Yeah, well, don't name names. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Somebody somewhere did something. We get it.
But still, even that romanticism of having that camaraderie, that union with free-spirited people who don't want to live within the confines of what everyone's fucking telling them to do, that's fucking romantic, dude. And doing it on a fucking American-made motorcycle.
Look
Hell
at you,
yeah.
man. You're chasing the dream. You've
Fuck
got a
yeah.
goal. It's romantic. I love it. I love people who do this kind of thing. You can't read that story enough if it's done well. When people take off and do a trip like that, I'm excited. I'm excited for you. This
I
is really cool.
appreciate
You're going
it.
to find yourself. You're going to find some crazy adventures. It's going to be some cool stories, and you have a goal, so it's going to make you more conscious of wanting to remember these and writing them down. I'm excited. Do you have a time frame when this book is going to be in its kind of first draft?
That's a really good question. I haven't decided. Actually, you read, I was thinking about taking a poetry tack to it, not necessarily writing out like rhythm-based poems, but more so writing short excerpts that match the photo itself, a little something to kind of give context, to kind of put you in that place. If I can learn to write that good. But I want to put like the speeding tickets, the receipts of the places I've been, all that, photocopy it in there.
What it sounds almost like you're doing is making a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it does sound like
but
that.
Putting it onto a book.
Yeah.
Instead of videos of you talking about you getting pulled over,
right,
getting that speeding ticket, you're going to write about it with a picture. And that is cool. There's some nostalgia to it, and there's just some coolness factor to it because it's tactile. It's gonna last forever. It's gonna go in someone's coffee book, and those awesome pictures didn't just go disappear into the abyss with a quote. It's gonna be in the book on someone's shelf, always there, and they can always pick it up whenever they want and read a couple little excerpts of it. That's beautiful.
Fuck, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're right on it. You nailed it. Tit for tat. That was good.
Thanks.
That was impressive. You are good at podcasting. Not that you weren't before, but I'm just acknowledging it now.
Thanks, man. Tell a friend.
That was good. I'll do my damnedest.
Everybody tell a friend.
Yeah, I'm going to
get my name out there.
Well, what I'll do is I'll pump it up a little bit. I'll put out a new piece I have that I showed you earlier. I'll put that up. I'll let that cook for a little bit, and then I'll throw up like a picture of us.
Dope.
Something cool like that. Maybe throw a little bit of traffic. People like, I don't know. I'm actually curious in your perspective. You're an older generation guy relative to me.
Very old. I got gray hair in my beard.
Do you feel like there's like this weird thing where masculinity is not cool anymore?
With certain types of people.
But it seems like the romanticism of being like a real man is at the highest because so many people aren't like what I would consider.
Are you saying it's cool to be a man or not cool, man?
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's cool to be like a regular fucking dude.
Oh, toxic masculinity?
Yeah,
Is that what you're kind of going for?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't pay attention to that shit, man.
You don't?
I'm a man. And I tell people I tell people I'm unapologetically a man.
Fuck yeah, bro.
I drink beer.
Fuck yeah.
I bow hunt.
Yes.
I shoot a gun every now and then. I'll open your door. I'll pay for dinner.
I like that.
I'm a man.
Yeah.
A man doesn't mean I'm some crude asshole in the locker room saying, "Oh, I'm gonna," blah blah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll still be crass locker room talk,
Of course,
dicking around because I'm a dude, but it's always tongue in cheek.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know, but I think maybe the definition of man these days is sometimes
really subjective.
Tainted. Sometimes people want to put a bad word on it. They want to redefine the definition. But a man's, yeah, whatever. I'm a man.
That's what the fuck it's about now. It's about I'm a fucking unapologetic man. I'm riding Harleys, hanging out with hot chicks. I got doggos. I read poetry. I do chin-ups and with my shirt off.
Look, man.
Fucking man.
There's over 300 million people in this country. A lot of people aren't going to like that man. Yeah. But you know what? There's a lot of people that do.
Yeah. Chicks do, actually.
So, okay. You're not, you're not going to like me for that. That's fine. I'll find my group of people that likes a man. Yeah. I got other bow hunters I hang out and talk to. You know what I mean? I got other men. I got people who lift weights with me. Whatever. Eat meat.
You're like me in the sense that you want you want total, unequivocal doubt or no doubt that you're authentically being you at all times.
Right.
I'm doing that now, thankfully, and it's that kind of cool to be on that side of things now. And I'm actually really curious if your perspective on that whole social media hustle and all that is the same as mine, because I went through that huge space and time period where I was fucking crazy about it and it was consuming my life. I'm really curious if your perception is the same as mine.
I don't know. I don't try to, like I said, I don't use it right. And mine is all about my Instagram is all about the podcast. It's not about me. So it's pictures, like we'll take a picture after
Yeah,
this
of
and I'll
course.
post that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do a 15-second video of us. And then throughout the week, like I'll put like a 1-minute video of some of this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I just randomly pick a minute and put it up there.
Yeah.
But it's not all about me. I don't do like, hey guys, it's Monday. How you guys doing today? Have a great day. I'm hoping the podcast. You know what? I don't do personal stuff. It's more podcast centric. And
I think you're kind of selling yourself short. Like, the reason they come is for you. I understand the conversation is great, but you're a good podcast interviewer. They come because you're also willing to share your perception of something.
Yeah. As far as the way I sell it on Instagram, I guess is just more.
Maybe you should be more personal about it. Have you
That's
ever
what.
considered that?
Yeah, the guy that I paid for, he said, yeah, you have to be more personal. People want to see that, but I'm like, I don't want to be an Instagrammer.
Oh, I know. It feels so like icky, right? It feels
Yeah.
like when I would do it. Oh, I felt like an asshole every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, I'm really talking to a bunch of people who really don't care. That's how
Yeah.
it felt for me when I was doing that. But I'm explaining stupid stuff like photography.
Yeah. Although I do find when I'll do like a 1 minute's like the max.
Yeah.
Of just me talking, like looking in the camera and specifically saying, those tend to get more likes and views and things. People like that, but I don't know. Maybe still, yeah. Maybe I need to do more of that. But my perspective is I just try to do podcast-centric stuff because, again, I don't know. I need to hire somebody.
I don't think you need to hire anyone.
I'm going to hire somebody.
I think, well, okay. So I believe that.
Single ladies that are good with this stuff. If you'd like to help me out on the Instagram game, holla at your boy. It's Neanderthal Pod on Instagram or neanderthalpodcast.com. Ladies, hit me up.
They will.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I'll try and send them some your way. I got you, home skillet.
I'll shave the beard or let it keep going.
No, dude,
Whatever
you
you
gotta let that
prefer.
salt and pepper go. They love that shit. I don't know if I could hang with you now. We go to a bar together and they all be swoon to you.
Yeah,
it's
well,
not fair.
No, because my gym's been down for a couple weeks and I've gotten skinny again, so they flock to you.
Dude, are you still running?
Running, I was lifting. I was looking good, man. I was looking sexy.
There you go.
Yeah, I had some muscles going. I was looking good. And then COVID happened. My gym shut down. I haven't been able to lift. And so, yeah, now I run. But
That's what I've been trying to do. I did the same thing last year. Got into a relationship. Did winter. Got COVID, or dealt with COVID. Got fat.
Oh, yeah?
Quick. And now I'm crushing the running. Miles are coming on.
Nice.
Yeah, I got to keep it together. I figured, if this kind of version of myself needs to be in the tip-top shape consistently all around, I need to have a perfectly trimmed and managed ecosystem so that I can be happy and have this fulfillment and live without fucking worried about other people's shit.
Well, you want to be healthy when you're going to be living on the road like doing what you're doing. You want to be healthy. Yeah, to travel like that.
Yeah, I know you got to wear a kidney belt because you actually crush your kidneys when you ride for long distances.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
You got it all planned out. You're ready.
Trying
Just got to get the route planned out, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really curious. I'm trying to find a good way to explain it. Not that I'm trying to articulate some falsified answer, some chopped up brand savvy fucking answer. No, it's not that at all.
Well, you don't have to worry about your brand really anymore, right? You're just going to be you.
Is it still? Well,
your brand is you, but you don't have to worry about trying to cater it to a certain type of follower or listener.
Clearly, I do not. I have ostracized 50% of my audience.
Really?
Oh, dude.
Since when? Yeah, what happened? So what happened?
I posted that first one, which is kind of like artistic in a way, right? She had a leg over my dick, and it was like, oh, it was kind of artsy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the next one's like cheeky fun. I'm like,
Yeah.
look at that ass.
Yeah.
So I started getting a lot of messages about that, but people
From guys or girls?
Mostly girls.
Okay.
They wanted to put their 2 cents on it, which is fine.
What was the 2 cents? What was a lot of the consensus?
They bought into the original version of myself that I perpetuated on social media, and they're like, what happened to you? Why did you change? All this shit. But that really
because they were thirsty or they were upset.
They were legitimately upset. Like,
okay.
People got
and they
really,
unfollowed you.
I've lost a lot of followers, but watch me care.
I know. I'm not saying you care. I'm just curious about the what's happening.
The statistical impact.
Yeah, yeah.
It was pretty seasonable. Yeah, yeah. It was rough.
And a lot of what were dudes? Were you getting DMs from dudes?
What's funny is I was.
Okay.
My boys, my guys who were in relationships, they were all DMing me. They wouldn't comment on any of the photos, but they're all like, bro, this is hilarious. I'm like, you're such a bitch. You're such a simp to your old lady. And grow a pair, man.
Yep.
You can comment on it. It's all right. So I feel like a lot of dudes are not confident enough. They're simps. They're really submissive type dudes. It's like, I'm not gonna be that fucking guy, and I'm never gonna be construed as that guy. That was me before. Oh, I was a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unapologetically me.
Boom. So the dudes are saying,
They're like,
go on.
oh, they love it. They're like, oh, that's great, dude. This is hilarious. They
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
But the chicks, no, it really didn't come on until I did the second one. Was that like the next day?
Right.
Because everyone thought like, oh, maybe that's like his girlfriend. They're having like a fun thing.
Right.
And then the second one came, and it was a fucking onslaught. I had so many DMs from people just fucking calling my character into name and
All
calling me a
chicks again?
womanizer and fuck boy and you name it. I got put to the ring.
But all chicks?
Almost all chicks. Unequivocally chicks.
Any of them positive? From the women?
That's a lot of DMs to think about. Okay, yeah, kinda. I think it was bullshit though.
Okay.
I think it was like snarky, smart alecky, but you can't read that inflection in a message. I was like, oh, okay, I don't know how to respond to that. I don't respond to shit.
Mm-hmm.
I might react. I might say something. I stay the fuck off that. I literally open it. I post whatever I'm going to post of the fun ass night I fucking had. Or last night, I'm fucking doing Adderall for the first time with some crazy fucking blonde chick who's talking about childhood trauma and all this shit. And we're beating guts up to all hours of the night. Like, that shit's cool. That's, to an extent. I know it's a serious issue for some people, Adderall, but it's like, I want to have that experience. I don't want to have to be 50 years old and go, why didn't I fucking do that, man? Fuck that.
Why didn't I do Adderall with that crazy blonde chick?
Right?
You know,
who's coked out of
there
her
are,
mind.
you know how many people, there are people also that are like, why did I do Adderall with that chick, crazy blonde chick? Now I've had 3 kids with her. I can't get away from her.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah.
There's a fine line, man. You're
right.
You're gonna be dancing with the devil, my friend. You got to stay a tightrope, man.
Low key, I think I might be infertile. What is that the word?
Sure.
No, what is it?
You know what you should do?
What?
Go get it clipped.
Oh, no.
Go freeze some and then go get it clipped.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the move. How much is that?
Not much. You got insurance?
Yeah, I got insurance.
It ain't shit then.
Oh, shit. Nah, I can't do it. There's something about it, dude. It's like the one thing nobody can take away from you as a man is your ability to produce that seed. And that's nobody can take that from you.
I think it's the smartest move a guy can do. Especially a guy that's trying to live a life like you're trying to live.
Well, okay, that's fair. Big picture, though, I don't know if that's going to be me forever.
Let's freeze some.
You know, that sounds sketchy, though, right?
No, it seems like it's science and it's been legit. It's not a brand new thing that's just happening.
Yeah,
they've been doing that shit for, I don't know, ever.
I'll just keep putting raincoats on, man. I'm just going to keep doing that.
Okay, you do you.
I can't do it. Although, if it did happen, that would probably put a stop to a lot of things. Got me thinking.
You should. You should think about it.
Don't be convincing me on your podcast that I'm got to go clip my nuts.
I'm telling you, man, it's freedom.
No.
You'll never have anxiety. You can
what?
You can you don't always have to wear a raincoat when you're with somebody that you might trust,
But
and you don't have to worry about.
But there's still bad shit that comes without wearing a raincoat.
I'm not saying all of a sudden now do that. I'm saying when you find someone who you trust.
Oh, I got you.
And she's fertile, you ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about, I ain't got to worry about pulling out. I ain't got to worry.
I guess that would be
I got no anxiety. Crap. I was super drunk last night. Did I pull out in time?
That's the worst feeling ever.
I have to wait for at least, a month till I figure it out? And then it might be too late then.
Yeah.
With the clip, I don't know. I don't have to pull out.
The one thing I will say.
I got nothing to worry about. I sleep like a baby.
The advantage you do have is in that.
It's a huge advantage. Anxiety sucks.
When I was going to Japan, my girlfriend at the time pulled that because I was in the military, right?
Yeah.
Going to San Diego to Japan, right? She's trying to lock me the fuck down.
There you go. See, you don't have to worry about that either.
Well, I didn't know that. I was a naive 19-year-old kid. No, I just turned 20 years old. It was like my first real girlfriend I'd had. Dude, as soon as I get to Japan, she goes, oh, I had a miscarriage. I'm like, oh, that's really convenient. That's when I realized, like, women will use that manipulation, and I will give you the benefit in the saying that.
Use your kids for collateral.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I think it's smart. I think it's not for everybody because I don't know, maybe you want to be a father one day, but if you're trying to live this life you're wanting to do for people chasing dreams like that, it's just, like I love being a dad. I love it.
Yeah, I bet it's rewarding.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't a dad, my life would be completely different, and it'd be, I don't know, man.
Well, what I think is interesting is the way the kids fill your soul with happiness. I don't have that, but I'm trying to get that same feeling of fulfillment and happiness and appreciation in my new direction.
Yeah.
I want
it's
what
positive.
you have.
Yeah.
I do.
It's great. I love it. Yeah, like I said, taking them on that trip, this first vacation I took them on by myself.
Yeah, that's cool, dude.
And it was awesome. I mean, 12 hours in the car each way, and it was fucking great.
That's so cool.
Built some memories, built a bonding.
That's
it's awesome. Like I got, he's almost 7, she's almost 4. Just a real cool experience. Like this is us. Like this is when we're together. That's my family. That's who's growing with me for the rest of my life. And so we're building all right, it's building. We're growing. This is how we start building family memories together, the 3 of us, going on cool trips like this.
That's romantic. It's beautiful. Yeah. That's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's awesome.
I want what you got.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find it in a different way. That's all.
Yeah. There's different ways to get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm quite paranoid too. Well, I worry about it from time to time, but I'm getting a grip on the fact that I might be traveling down a road that leads me down a bad path.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit.
What kind of bad, what's your definition of a bad path?
Getting away from my morals and values because of a lifestyle.
Okay. What are the biggest morals and values you're afraid that you would give up?
Just think about very traditional type stuff.
Conservative?
Yeah, for the most part, very conservative, like family, that kind of thing. My ability to be compassionate for people, I don't want to lose that.
Okay.
Like I feel like you can lose yourself, and I don't want to lose that.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I'm pretty libertarian on most things.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like your morals, as long as you're not hurting anybody else or involving anybody else, do it, all right?
Yeah, I like that.
But you want to have I guess you want to have compassion, for a certain amount of compassion, but you want to be overly compassionate.
See, that's a weird thing, right? If you're overly compassionate, are you?
Because you'll fall for anything. If you're overly compassionate, you'll fall for anything.
So we're talking. You want to be overly compassionate with reason.
Yeah.
Be able to be like, okay, I can't afford to give you my compassion to one type of person who's maybe using it in a sense of taking advantage of you.
Yeah.
Right. So I did this thing, and I'm very curious. Everyone should do this. I text 40 people a week, no matter what, without fail, every other day. 20 on Monday, 20 on Tuesday, 20 on Wednesday, 20 on Thursday, every single day a week. 40 people, my closest, compassionate, my closest friends.
Wow.
I would have in my ecosystem.
I don't have 40 friends.
Well, that's the thing, is when I quit doing this creation, I wondered how many people were friends with me because of an opportunity, a service I could provide, as opposed to who I really was as an individual. And I removed that factor. So I kept up with them every day. I would text them every day. How are you now? You doing okay? Do you need money? Do you need anything? This was like right around the beginning when we were all kind of unsure how this was all going to pan out.
Oh, during COVID?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant of you changing your social,
They kind of coincided right around that time.
I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good, Hoss. And what I saw was that initially these people were kind of responsive. They're like, oh, they saw that I was trying to express compassion. And I kept doing it, and I kept doing it, and I kept doing it. And all of a sudden, I'm left with 5 people that respond to my text messages.
Really?
I could tell that I guess I understand to an extent. I understand. The thing that most commonly binded me to a lot of those people were creating aspect. What was weird is I adopted this whole new peer group around this thing, and that's up my entire identity, and it's removed. So I just don't think they had any desire to be around somebody like that. Maybe. I don't know.
Like other creative types, other photographers, models?
Mostly that. Mostly creative types. Like my creative friends pretty much were like, fuck it. Gone.
What kind of creative people? Like what were their specialties?
Mostly like photographers.
Okay.
Yep.
And so they were kind of
a lot of people just jump.
Clout chasing, and they were just kind of clout hanger-oners.
Maybe. I think it's having access to certain people. Access is important.
Okay.
In regards to like models, talent, people like that, having that ability to.
If I had access to you, what would I have access to? Models?
Oh yeah, women.
Okay.
Some of the best looking women in all of Kansas City. That's a valuable resource.
Sure.
Because I'm not a complete fucking asshole, and I'm somewhat personable, I like to think.
Right.
I made a lot of friends with those people, and I had access to them, so that makes me valuable because I have a commodity. And that's fucking weird, but it is a commodity.
Right.
To have those connections.
So it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
Exactly.
So many times. Okay, so you got connections.
Yeah. Well, now I lost them all pretty much.
So now you have like 5.
Because I'm removed from it.
5 real friends out of the 40.
5, yeah.
That's what I was saying. There's no way I have 40 friends.
Well, you kind of think you do. Because you think, what's weird is like the superficial engagement on social
media. I don't
media.
think 40 people like me.
Horseshit. You're silly. But yeah, I think that superficial interaction, like commenting on each other's posts, doesn't make you a real friend.
Right.
But I had that. I was like, maybe they are.
Oh, that's funny. I try to comment to people.
But
that's how my way of like showing, hey, I
yeah,
I'm here for you.
But
cool.
Do you call them or text them, like really find out what's going on?
Not many of them.
And I totally get why.
Yeah.
I wanted to see who would stick around after.
Oh, mine's for my insecurity. I'm just insecure. I'm really like, I'll have people who I'd like to talk to a lot more, but I'm like, they probably don't want to hear from me. Or I've reached out a few times and it's not as responsive as I thought it would be. I don't know. I just get insecure, I guess.
I can understand that. I've been shut down plenty of times by people way out of my batting league. As far as
I'm not even talking about people. I'm just people in general. I don't think anyone's out of my league.
Ooh, I'm talking.
And I'm not saying that from I'm not saying that from me. Oh yeah, I can get any chick. I don't mean it from that. I mean from personal. Like I don't think any person is out of my league.
That's interesting.
If they got a shitload more than followers, I mean, we're all people. I can have a conversation with anybody. Right. No one's out of my league. Mm-hmm. I might not have clout in somebody, like someone might have 50,000 followers and that's why they won't do, but that's them. That's them thinking they're out of my league. They're not.
I like that. That's good. That's good shit right there.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Not many people have that same mentality, and for you to be able to.
Well, they can. Then you're going to be intimidated. I'm not going to be intimidated. You know, we're all people, man. We can all talk to each other. Mm-hmm. We all have something to learn from each other. We all have laughs. We can. I don't know. It's just. I like talking to people.
But do you have 5 authentically compassionate people that have reached out to you amidst all of this stuff going on and checked on you?
Oh, no, I don't think anyone's checked in on me.
Have you at all outwardly tried to reach out and be like, hey, how are you now?
Yes.
Yeah, who? Was it family?
No. I've reached out to different people to kind of keep supporting them. Some of the local rappers that I've had on my show.
Yeah.
Comic Brandon just had. I'm putting him on next week. So I've reached out to a couple people, but I might have done a post too, like, hey, if you guys need some food, I can cook wild game for you, because I have a freezer full of wild game, and I don't have much to offer. But like, I'm sympathetic to the service industry because I used to serve tables for a long time.
No, did you?
And when all this. I just put myself like, holy shit, what if I was still a server right now when all this shit happened?
You're like that was
all. No, you're not.
I thought I'd get like an extra $600, like $1,000 a week.
Yeah, I guess the unemployment, but I didn't think of it like that. I would think of it like, holy shit, how long is this going to last? Like, I don't know. I would be freaking out. Like, my sole income is slanging dishes at Red Lobster.
This is definitely going to change some people's perspectives of what they're doing with their life, career-wise, job-wise. I think people are going to be like, oh, shit, this is a wake-up call. I need some authentic, like, career, like, solidarity.
A trade or something.
Yeah, something. Some kind of skill set that's valuable.
Yeah. So, yeah, I made some stories and reached out to, like, hey, if you're falling on hard times, I can feed you at least a meal.
You know what I found to be really interesting, though? When you reach out consistently every day or every other day, a lot of people will be like, I'm good. 5, 6, 7, 8 days. And on the 9th day, they go, no, I'm not really good. I keep
Yeah.
bashing at them with compassion, and eventually they're having a rough one, and they open up, and I'm there. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of you. So it's really interesting to see how
I need to reach out more. Braydon, I need to reach out more.
Try.
I need to be more personal with these with people. A lot of time I think of like guests, because I have these conversations with people and I have this connection with them. Where I'm like, man, I want to keep talking to you.
Yeah.
Like outside of that, like I need to be better with that. There's a few that I keep up with, but I don't know. I've had so many conversations and then it just kind of disappears once they leave here. I'm like, man, I want them to talk more, but I guess that's on me too. I need to be more aggressive.
Aggressive how?
Going like talking to them, like hitting them up more, like
Oh, okay.
even if they don't not
frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. But even so, there's something about the personalization of like a text message or a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody I truly love and admire, I call them on the phone if I haven't. Obviously, I have a number.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool that those people know they can rely on me. But also, if anything bad ever happens, I got authentic people that got my fucking back.
Yeah.
That shit. That's good soul-filling knowledge to have. You got to reach out, home skillet.
I'm glad you came back on the show, man.
Me too.
Yeah, because I don't know if we had some kind of, did you feel like we had any kind of animosity or a difference of maybe a negative vibe with each other after stuff?
Yeah. Okay, so I got pridefully upset. Right, stupid. I was immature about it. I knew it. You had a guest on the podcast that I was sleeping with, and you guys made plans to go out after the fact. But she was supposed to come over to my place right after the podcast.
Man, we had fun.
Oh, I bet you did. I thought I thought you were cock blocking me intentionally. I'm like, this motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
Was hot to try.
Really?
I was like, what a cocksucker.
I wouldn't do that.
I didn't think. We'd only met the one time.
Right.
I was like, this cocksucker, what the fuck is he doing? And I was just steaming. I was more so upset with her, but I totally understood. Even if you were trying to get that piece, I get it. But I was more so upset with her, and it kind of just...
I get it.
I had a little resentment in your way because of that. And then the other situation, talking to her. What's her name? Brittany. Yeah.
I don't remember her name.
Oh, was it Brandy?
I do not remember her name.
No. It'd be like that sometimes.
But, yeah, there was another gal there.
Yeah. Well, they created friction between the two of us relative to like how they wanted to display our individual character to one another. It's weird. It's like these girls are scheming to start shit.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. I don't know. I knew what was up, but I felt like you had a little bit of negative vibes towards me. But
Yeah.
I've been slowly working you down throughout the year. I
felt bad about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I felt fucking bad about it. After everything was all said and done with her, I was like, oh, man, I shouldn't have done that. That pussy had me all fucked up, man.
Well, it happens, man.
It happens to
I
the
get
best
it.
of us. It won't happen again. I promise you that.
That's good. Well, no, I was like, I think he does, but so I would always, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I would always try and send positive vibes your way or try to set you up with different podcasts or send, like I said, send that model to you.
Yeah.
I don't know,
That was
man.
really cool of you to do that.
I don't know.
I genuinely appreciate it. That was definitely like you extending the olive branch, even though you didn't have to.
Yeah.
So I definitely wouldn't have done that. I would have had too much pride to do it.
Yeah.
I am a little too prideful. I admit that. But yeah, no, it was really cool of you to do that. And I was like, all right, I'm in the wrong. I need to bring this up.
Yeah, you're too much like me. I remember that from the first time. So I knew what to do. It's like, I got to get this guy back on anyways. I want to talk to him. Like, he's got some shit going on. And it's going to be a fun podcast. And it didn't let me down, man. This was fun.
It was fun. Appreciate you, Hoss.
Anything you want to say before we sign off here on your, how can people follow you so people can give you validation?
You know what? I don't even care. I would rather them find me in an authentic, organic way.
Yeah.
Come to me because I can give them inspiration to not live within the confines of their immediate reality. They can get the fuck out. You can go live and have a life and do it outside of your goddamn cell phone.
Follow you now not because of your dope Photoshop abilities, but now because he's going to keep it real.
100.
He's going bad and
Yeah.
watch it. Watch because he's going to have some baddies on his Instagram. You're going to see some peaches.
Yeah, you are.
Boom, that's it. Braydon _Hopper, Neanderthal Pod. Bye.